What's up, sports bettors? I just locked in two awesome college football bets for this upcoming week 4 slate. One game is being played on Saturday. One game is being played tomorrow on Thursday. Two bets. I put a full unit on each of them. So $200 total bet on these two plays. So let's chat about them. Of course, I found both of these bets using OddsJam, using the positive expected value page. Both bets are mathematically profitable with an edge over the sportsbook that I placed the bet on. Generally, when you are betting on sports, the unfortunate reality is that sportsbooks have the edge on you. If you're scrolling through a play, you see minus 110 odds a lot each way. That basically means the sportsbooks have almost a 5% hold on the market when they price something at $10 each way. You're probably wondering what that means. Basically, so I just bet $100. One of my bets was $100 on Oregon State +7 against USC. Now, it's a little bit scary, understandably, because of how good USC has looked, so I get it. But if that bet wins, I will profit $90. So they'll give me my $100 risk back, and I will profit $90. If another person bets $100 on USC, so the opposite side of it, for $100, and that bet loses, they would lose all 100. So I would profit 90 on a $100 bet. The loser of the $100 bet would lose all 100. Caesars makes $10. That is the VIG. That is the hold that sportsbooks have on markets. Every single sportsbook does this. Every single market is going to have a VIG associated with it. So in order to be profitable is to have a tool like OddsJam in which you are getting positive expected value betting opportunities. And what this means is basically you are getting bets that have more favorable odds than the no vig odds. So Caesars, in this case, the Oregon State bet, or WynnBet, the other bet that I placed it at, are giving me better odds than what the no vig odds have this priced at. For this first one, Oregon State +7. The no vig odds priced this at -120. We locked it in on Caesars at -110. So if you are watching this, go put a unit on Oregon State +7 against Caesars, on Caesars against USC. This percent you see here is just your profit margin. It's how much I could figure to profit on this bet. So in this case, 4.3% means I would profit $100. Or excuse me, on $100, I would profit $4.30, which I know doesn't sound like a lot. Congrats, you're profiting $4.30. But a couple of things that you need to keep in mind. Number one is that this is just one bet. We see a lot of bets on here, right? A lot of bets on here. So this 4.3%, if you place all these bets, becomes 20%, 25, 50%, depending on the availability and all that stuff. So it adds up, right? We're not breaking the bank on one individual bet, not by any means, but all these individual bets turn into, like I said, $50, $100 on any given night of sports betting. And this profit will be realized within the next couple days. So this next one that I'll talk about will be realized tomorrow on Thursday. This next one on Saturday will be realized on Saturday. So it's not like investing in housing or investing in the stock market where you don't have as nearly as quickly, the returns aren't nearly as fast. So that's the math behind it. The reason why I like both of these. So when you're on the positive EV page, and if you are not, I definitely recommend at least signing up for a 7-day free trial. It's completely free. You can go check it out, use the strategies talked about in this video and in other videos that I'm sure you've seen on the OddsJam YouTube channel. But if you click into a play and number one, I should say, it pulls up what every sportsbook is pricing this specific play at. So Caesars has Oregon State +7, -110 each way, basically calling it a 50-50 play. DraftKings has Oregon State at -135. BetRivers has Oregon State at -122. Pinnacle Sportsbook, the OddsJam line, which in this case is the sharpest line in the world, has this at -141. All three of those books are heavily favoring Oregon State at +7, except for Caesars. That's telling me Caesars has this mispriced, and if all these other books are in agreement. And if you click in a new tab and you open the event page, it gives you where every book not only is pricing this specific spread minus or +7, but also what every book prices this spread at in general. And as we can see, every other book that is pricing odds, literally every other book, has the spread at 6.5 or 7. And as we know, betting on an underdog, getting that number at 7 is incredibly important. USC wins by exactly a touchdown. We got our money back. Everybody else loses their bet. So these half points, these full points don't seem like a lot until a team wins by a touchdown. And how often do you see that, right? That's one of the most common scores. A team winning by 7 happens all the time. So line shopping and getting the best odds is incredibly important. So this first one, Oregon State plus 7, is my first bet. This next one is very similar logic, profit margin of 1.99%. So I locked this one in for $100. I basically just made $2 on this bet. So between these two, on 2 bets, I just made $6.30. But the logic is the exact same. The Nove line has this at essentially minus 115. We locked it in at minus 110 on WynnBet. If you open this up in a new tab, it pulls up what every sportsbook is pricing this total at. Every sportsbook has it at 50.5 pretty evenly at 50.5. We got it at under 51.5 at minus 110. And this number, 51, is very important to get above or below, depending what you're betting on. 27-24, fairly common score. 30-21, fairly common score. If any of those happen, you're under 50.5 would have lost. You're under 51.5 would have won. Another example of why it's so important getting under or above, depending on what side you're on, the key numbers in sports betting. So that is my second bet for today. I put a unit on each one. Caesars, Oregon State plus 7, minus 110. WynnBet under 51.5 in Virginia Tech versus West Virginia. And that's it. So those are my 2 bets. Let me just add these to my bet tracker, put $100 on each one. Tracking your bets is incredibly important. Just understanding whether you're profitable or not, where you're profitable, where you're not. So that way you can do the proper analysis to be profitable in the long run. And OddsJam has one for completely free. So all in all, that's going to be it. Those are going to be my college football bets. So make sure to lock in Thursday one as soon as you can. Also lock in the one on Saturday before the odds change. And that's it. So appreciate you guys watching and have a good one.